Brad Brownell lands a grad transfer in Curran Scott. He has 1 year of eligibility left, and that's what's good about this transfer is because he's a grad transfer, and so he can immediately play this coming season. Not so much with Nick Honor, like we said, he's a rising sophomore, likely won't get a waiver in that case, and so we're going to have to wait for him longer than sit out a year. But he's a Tulsa graduate transfer guard. He announced his commitment on Monday. He's 6'4", 208, and he hit 39.4% from 3-point range as a senior. 10.2 points average, 2.5 rebounds in conference play average. Hit his stride down at the end of the season with 15.8 points per game in the final 5 games of the season. I even had ESPN info pulled up here real quick. He played Temple February 23rd, hit 15 points there. Played Tulane, hit 19 points there on the 28th of February. Eastern Carolina hit 23 points against them. And then you got Memphis, hit 13, and then SMU at the final game on March 14th hit 9 points. So another shooter that Brad Brownell brings to the mix, and that's exciting to see. What do you think about Curran Scott?
Well, I think they could have used him this past year to take some of the pressure off the other players. I mean, like you said, he'd come into Clemson being the highest three-point percentage we have at 39.4%, which is a pretty solid percentage. I think he's not afraid to pull up from anywhere. He's got a pretty quick release, which I like. Means he's, he doesn't have to be open to be open. So obviously, the stats the numbers aren't eye-popping, but I'm pretty sure if you look at it, he's not playing full games for whatever reason. I don't know. So obviously you hope he could get, get you 12 to 15 points, maybe at Clemson, something like that. Give you a little shot from 3-point range just to kind of stretch that defense out a little. You can drive and kick and do that kind of stuff. So I think he's going to be a good addition. I love that he's, eligible immediately. That's good stuff. And we'll have to wait and see on Nick Honor, whether he's able to play immediately or not. You never know with the NCAA. It's really a crapshoot when they try to start granting waivers, and some they do, some they don't. So who knows? We might get lucky there. But for now, Curran Scott looks like he's going to be a pretty pivotal part of the offense next year.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. When I look at the roster, really, you see, looks like Trey Jamison is probably going to be at that center spot. I mean, he's the tallest guy on the team, unless they get somebody else. And then Jonathan Bear, who has been known to be a really good shooter for UNC Asheville. Then I'm thinking Amir Sims will continue to keep his starting position, but I feel like he's kind of at risk now. You have Curran Scott is going to be a guard. I don't know if he'll be a point guard. Then Clyde Trapp really they're still looking for a point guard. I mean, they got Nick Honor, but he's not going to be able to help them more than likely. And so they're still kind of looking for a legitimate point guard, but they got a better shooter. Like you said, 39.4% from the field. This guy is going to be a graduate player, so he's got a lot of experience underneath him. He's familiar with the transfer market. He started in Charlotte and then moved to Tulsa, originally from Oklahoma area as a recruit, so kind of went back towards home, but now he's looking to kind of advance his career at Clemson, and hopefully he'll be a good pickup for Clemson. Obviously, he'd be the best three-point shooter on this team, better than Marquise Reed and better than David Scarra. So, and that's by 5% points. So you're looking at somebody who obviously is good at 3 points or better than the team that we have now. So something that they desperately needed this year. I don't really know. I think Hunter Tyson might fill in a spot, might take Amir Sims' spot, depending on. I think they're kind of running out of forwards, but still need guards, and so that's kind of the concern I see. What do you think about the roster going in? I mean, I know it's early, but what do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely early. I don't think Amir Sims is going anywhere unless he really regresses. I think you have to have his size and athleticism in the lineup. Obviously, you would like to see Jamison take over a bigger role at center. Like you said, he's the biggest guy we have. And of course, I mean, I always love a big man that can shoot. That's a great weapon to have. So I hope Jonathan Bear is able to fill that role for us a little bit there at forward. I'm not sure that Curran Scott is a point guard. I think your point guards are going to be Dawes, maybe Hunter, or a little bit of Clyde Trapp, of course, as well. So I think got a pretty well-rounded roster, pretty athletic roster, which is a good thing to have. And hopefully the shooting percentage goes up just enough for us to get some more wins.
Yeah, that's the key is to continue to maintain. My thing is though, you've still got two really solid guards coming in, really three solid guards coming in as recruits. Commitments going into this year are going to be true freshmen. To me, this year is really a transition year. I know there's going to be a lot of fans that don't like to say that. They feel like Brad Brownell's had way more than his share of opportunities to have transfer or building years, but this is definitely going to be kind of a transition year, a building year, kind of get the experience where it needed. Because the only unfortunate thing, and we mentioned this a couple of shows back, is that Brad Brownell did not play a lot of his bench. He kept a lot of them on the bench, and I don't really know if that was a good idea, but they don't really have a lot of experience in the games that they need experience that they're going to have to play this year, and that's going to be something that I'm kind of concerned with going into it. There's going to be lack of experience this year. This could be a really good team going 2021, 2022 season. But I know, like I said, a lot of fans don't really want to hear that.
Right. No doubt about it. Yeah, I'm always a believer. It's one of my curses of being a Clemson fan. I think we can beat anybody at any time, and I want to feel that way about the basketball team too. I'm hoping maybe the youth and the athleticism will be a positive for us this year. If we can just get a couple of people to shoot a little better percentage from the outside, I think that'll open a lot of things up. Again, and I mean, if you have better athleticism, a little bit longer, you can play better defense too. So I'm not gonna sit here and say we're gonna have a better or worse year than last year, but at the same time, I think there's potential there to have the same season, or maybe you could even go better. But I could also see it bottoming out as well. But again, I'm the eternal optimist when it comes to Clemson sports. I want to believe. I want to think we can compete with anybody on any given night. So hopefully that's proven right this year.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what they can do. We're both Clemson fans, die-hard Clemson graduates, and we want to see the university do well and be representative well. There's some bad things that have been going on this month that we have already talked about that hopefully the team can move on from. It doesn't seem like it's really hurt getting this grad transfer, but a lot of people said that they were concerned that it would hurt the recruiting efforts because Steve Smith was a pretty big recruiter for Brad Brownell for so many years.